Hello, Divine Sunshine. This is Divine Sunshine. If you would like a reading with me, go to my website, divinetwinsoul11.com. Hit the services page, click on the book online, and you can get a reading with me there. I am holding a special for this month of August. I'm about to say October. Ooh, October must be something that's going to happen then. So lock that down for you, Divine Masculine. Some kind of shift in the energies or something is going to come and manifest in October for you all. Maybe union, maybe Divine Masculine is coming to, okay, let me watch that to myself. Divine Masculines are coming to realization that that's something that they actually want for themselves, which is to be in union. So that might be in October for some of you all, for me to pick that up. So, but in the month of August, I am doing the Purpose Special, which is $5, 15 minimum minutes or to 30. So that means if I'm led to do 30 minutes, I'll do it. If I'm led to do 15 minutes, but the minimum starts, all readings is 15 minutes. However, it's led up to spirit how the max I will go to, which will be 30 minutes. So that's $5 for the 15-minute reading, if that's best for you all, because I forgot I'm talking Divine Masculine. Y'all like straight to the point. 15 minutes for reading is $5. That 15-minute purpose, my purpose. So I'll only be covering by what's your purpose in your love life, or what's your purpose in your career, what's your purpose in your family. That only. I'm not looking into your counterparts. This is only a you or straight you cards that I am pulling for energies for you. Okay, so now with that, let's go straight on into it, because I know you all being Divine Masculines. You know, say let's not diddle daddy. Okay, so now let's look at the overall energies for you all for this week. Whoa. Okay, that's interesting. This one here, this one there. So I'm gonna put this high in. How many is this? Okay, so the overall energies for you all is God of transformation. You all are going through a transformation right now. Okay, we're going through that. So God of transformation. So you're transforming, right? You're really shedding a lot of that military that I always talk about with the army. You're shedding a lot of things, the bandages, the wounds, the hurts that you had, and you're really kind of revealing some of the most vulnerable parts there that you had, especially your heart, those upper chakras. There, you really becoming more in tune with that. There, you see the spirit is leading you as far as your transformation, your goddess of power. You're now starting to look at the divine feminine on your emotional side as a form of power. I would say it's not a form of weakness like you used to say. Oh, I'm weak. You know, I'm being fine. Well, that's a sign of weakness. It's not. So now you're getting a point that now there is a sign of power. You got Lilith here, which is really, I'm going to say this, is that you are pretty much looking at the divine feminine as if she was Lilith, the one with the snake and the apple, and she's telling you about this divine, come here and join and be a part of, I'll do it like this, come here and be a join and part of the divine twin journey. It's good things here, and the yada yada yada, X, Y, and Z. If you join and you be divine along with me, and you was looking at us saying, I don't want no daggone parts of that. You take you and that apple and go sit it down somewhere. And so you're looking at her as like really as a temptress into a world of unknowns. It's like, where the hell is she leading me to? She goofy the way she talked in the first place. All this damn spirituality, but now what? So now you're not looking at her as that. It's like, okay, she's got all this. She came to me very vulnerable. The snake right now. She's charming me into a new way of life. I'm not looking at it as evil anymore. And that apple seems kind of delicious now. Before I thought there was poison in it. So you got a different way of how you're looking at your emotional side and the divine feminine as well. Right now you're dealing with a little shadow aspect too. How you're looking at your emotions, divine masculine. So you kind of, you know, you the one point on the surface, on the 3D level, your physical level, this body level, you seem confident, I got this. But if anybody really looked at you really carefully, they would see that you're dealing with a lot of shadows and how to tame it and how to domesticate those things, those hurts, those wounds, the wild side, the beast in you, how to kind of tame that. So you're dealing with some shadow aspect here, which needs to be changed. That's the overall energy too. And the last thing is that you're dealing with conquering fear. This fear is still here, the fear of the unknown, fear about what this is, about being in union with your divine counterpart, your divine feminine, and you don't know what the heck all that's about. And it's just pretty much in general, you don't know what's going on with that. That's the overall energies. Okay, the underall energies you have here is Hathor, which is goddess of love. Now this is in reverse. So right now I'm thinking with you, you're saying I got all this, I'm kind of trying to balance the scales with everything I got on my plate, and I'm not quite sure I'm ready to really see her as being the real object of my affection. That's the way it came to me. It just really saying she's the sole object of my affection. It's like I know she's love as goddess, but I know I'm not ready to really embrace all of that yet, as far as her being the goddess of love. Let me look and see if they have this card, what it means if it comes in the reverse, before I go on with this. Number 11, is this considered light? No. It's not a shadow. She's a goddess. Okay, do I have any other way? Okay, here we go. Hello. I would like to speak to you today about the liberated feminine with an insatiable appetite for all things life. As you have heard my sister goddesses say in their cards, the feminine has been deeply repressed and stripped of her power. What I would like to speak to you about today is the feminine that is in her power and in a state of allowing her energies to run free. The feminine in her power fully expresses her desire. Like I said, you're not quite ready. It's not even about her. If I would say the feminine represents your emotional side, you get in tune with the emotional side of yourself. You right now at this point is not ready to unleash that. Okay, the goddess of love. You just kind of like right now is tempting you. She's looking good. She's got all these, some places very vulnerable, revealed, but some things are still covered up. So that'd be like your crown, your means of communication, and I would say your sacral. So those things you ain't completely ready. When you completely ready to reveal all those areas of your chakras, such as your sacral, such as your heart, such as your throat chakra, and your, it's not the third eye ain't covered, but this is your crown chakra. Once you get that together, then you'll be ready for love. So you still got a couple of chakras that you still got. So right now you standing really good in your solar plexus, your authority. You got that. You straight on that. That's coming out. Your third eye, you look like you're able to even to picture and see things through your third eye. But you got a lot of other chakras that's kind of like still there. Your root chakra looks like you're kind of strong in your root because you got that. That's red. It's flowing. It's all the way down. With that, it's kind of little, but you got a lot of some there substance to say that. So that's that. So now let's look at what your ways of what you're thinking. What are you thinking? What's your mind space? Clear about the divine feminine. What's in the mind space? Okay, what's in the heart space for the, as far as the divine feminine? Okay, spread this out. Oh, it's quite a lot. Okay, let me get some clarifiers for this. Clarifiers for this. Clarifiers for that card. Clarify for that card. Yeah! Damn it. And the fun thing is you ain't got to be that slid down, too. Clarify for this card. Muffin me. All right. Push that on down. Okay. What's this energy? Why do I keep on getting that? Don't get the understanding that way. Help us, Lord. I don't know. What card is this? Wrong book. Excuse me for 1 second. Be right with you. Okay. Okay, that's you. Okay. Let's keep this like right here. Okay, you gonna fall? Okay, so now what we have, that ain't gonna work. Let's put you like this. Okay, so now what we have here for now, we have for the mind space of you, divine masculine, is you have past relationships. You have known each other in the past life. This is in reverse. This can go and pick it up 2 ways. It could be for either karmic situation or you already know that she is, this person is that. I mean, it's to me, it's like a person said, it's beating a dead horse. I already know this. Like my twin told me, I already know this. Why are you talking to me like I don't know that you got skin condition? What is this? You know, I do listen. Though I act like I don't, but I do. For that. So, past life relationships with that one. He already knows that. Already know where he wants to go. He already knows when to do. So that's like beating a dead horse. So now he's saying wherever he is now, it's time to go. And now let's follow where the divine feminine is going. You got that. That's what you're saying. This is where I need to follow because we're at the end of the race here. And we don't know where this is going. This is going to a path, into a doorway, into a new new doorway, new opening to some new door of opportunity that is arising for that. Or you could have, some of you all might have been in common situations and thought that that person was your past life, that came to be too, and find out, you know, she is not your soulmate. So that's it, because I do see soulmate cards there. So like I said, it could be beating a dead horse. You already know who they are, and you don't need nobody to keep on clarifying that for you. Okay, next thing you have in your mind space, divine masculine, is that it's chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, and you have this in reverse. Now, right now, I want to say that one reason why you don't see strong chemistry at this point, because you got too much interference here. It is another thing, and I wish it would come to me, well, how chemistry could be that. Right. It's too much going on. It is interference, and that interference, the no chemistry, is because you're stressed. That's why I pick it up. You're stressed about something. Something is stressing you out. That's what that chemistry could be, is in the other opposite thing. That's the negative thing, is something else. I want to take this as face value of what it is. It's chaos and conflict going on at this time about maybe some things that's going on in your world. I think the way things are moving, because I'm looking at this horse, and this horse is based up of a whole bunch of other kind of different kind of animals. You got a giraffe, which is tall, which is plain still small, which is really in a large space. You got a zebra there, which you got stripes, which means everything ain't really black and white at this point. You got clouds here that's got weird patterns. Most of the time when you got clouds that's like those are what those cirrus clouds. And those clouds are when they come is when it's kind of changing weather, or the winds are really changing and moving kind of fast. And amongst this, that you're trying to get to this race, you got the number 33, which means alignment, which is heavy, remembering that the Trinity Spirit, soul, and the body's got to all get into alignment. You got to really get into that strong power, knowing who you are in your divinity, and going out there and just doing it out there in the world. You got it 3 times, which is really giving significance that you really got to do those things. And 3 and 3 equals up to 6 for love. Okay, so right now you kind of stressed, you got some chaos. I'm gonna read this card the way it is, because it was funny, both of them going in the same direction. Both of them have that kind of negative kind of connotation. So that's what's on your mind right now. You're in some chaos and some conflict about it, and you're being kind of stressed about it. Okay, here you have in reverse, here we have religious factors playing factors. Now religious factors is about really what's happening in the world. Yours reflected what's happening with the divine feminine as well, having an issue, not quite ready for the divinities. Like they said, stop right there, we ain't ready, we ain't got clearance yet, like for takeoff, like the plane. We still got other planes on the field. You still got some other things you got to deal with, and you ain't quite ready just yet. That's what you're thinking. That's what's on your mind here. But then at the same time, you say, I know it is, but it's not like I say, I know it is, and I'm going to stop, and I don't want to do it because I feel like it ain't no silver lining in this situation. I know it's milk and honey, and I want to do it, and I want to do it right, and I want to clear the runway of all these planes here so I can be clear to take off with my divine feminine. But I just got a lot of stuff on my plate right now that's got to clear here, so I'm kind of stressed about that. So that's on his mind as well. Still also on his mind, they telling the story is he's feel the soulmate. He say again, I ain't no question of mine, I know who you are. Please do not start getting worried, you saying to the divine feminine about it, because we know they cross watching, they listen, they look, that I don't want this. I already know, I got the call. I definitely know who you are, and if I don't quite know who you are, I've got a real surefire feeling, an inkling, an intuition, a feeling this time. It ain't like I'm just coming off from just a bare chalkboard or board slate, clean slate that don't have anything to work with. This time I already know this. With me knowing about this being a soulmate, it's kind of like a never-ending story. I mean, it's kind of weary, it's kind of burdensome, because I know what this really takes. It's a lot of responsibility being your divine counterpart. I know what it takes. It takes a amount of seriousness on my part. It takes a part of some maturity on my time. Is not on my side. I also feel that the divine clock ticking, and my heart saying, you know what, I know if I don't make no moves soon, I'm risking that I might lose her. This is wearing me and weighing me down. That's why I say I'm feeling a little stressful, I'm feeling a little conflict, and I'm feeling a little chaos at the moment about this situation. Right now, I'm waiting for the fates to align too. The fates is going to align. They're going to come, all this going to come into alignment about that. So I know that this is fated, this relationship. I know this is destined, and I'm really almost waiting for divine time to come into play. We have the here and now in reverse. Right now, I know it's not something presently that I can act on. The same thing, just like the divine feminine thought in in her reading. She knows there's some things I got to work on, but this is 32. Some things that's got to change, and the past and the future. I'm in the present. So right now, here and now. You're not really being stuck in the past, you're not being stuck in the future, you're really in your present right now for this to be in reverse. And so you're looking at some things of how they're going to be fated. The star's going to be in alignment now, and this is about how you feeling in the now about the soulmate process. This is what you're thinking about. Also, last thing that's in your mind space is you saying the same thing, just like in one of the reads too. We don't need to get to know each other. Right now, I got to work on getting to know this masculine. This is the yang. But the yang came in the opposite, which means that you've got to work on the yin, which is the yang. It's like, I gotta know about the masculine, but I gotta also know about this feminine side, my emotional side too. I know how this masculine ticks, but I don't need to know about no feminine on the outside. I need to know about the feminine that's within me. Okay, so that's pretty much what he's saying, is that I got to get to know me a little better, learn how to kind of counterbalance both of these energies, the yin and the yang within me, not a yin and a yang on the outside. Okay, all right, in his heart space, and this is a goodie for us that's looking in your heart space, divine masculine. You're saying you got to make the effort. Why you got to make the effort? Because there's no place like home. Okay, and you know, especially this being your soulmate, this is it. I want clarification on what's happening with let's go on, because I did it even with them. I need clarification on all this last row. Can you give me clarification on this? Clear on this time out. Thank you. Clarification on this chaos and conflict in reverse. Well, somebody touching me. I'm feeling my hair like a spider web. Actually, ain't nobody touch me. I know them feels. What's happening with the milk and honey? Clarification on the here and now, the fate, and the never-ending story. Clarification on the yang in reverse. This came up. And clarification on no place like home, which I think I already know, but just to make me happy, let me hear it. Okay, so the clarification on the time to go is that free will is at play. So right now, sovereignty, independence, free spirit, you sovereignty. So some of you all I seen now, and Luna asked, she was talking about it, asked for the, at this point, asked for sovereignty. Some website that she said you could go on and ask you to be able to write that letter of sovereignty that would let you go or pass like soul contracts, past things. My understanding, if I understand it well, about the sovereignty. She's like, you know, be kind of careful when you ask for it, because, you know, once you do it, you sign it, you know, it's like you really for that. So you really asking for sovereignty on this whole situation about this past life thing. I got you. So that clarifies that past life thing, because you're saying it's time to go and let go of what happens with that past contract, that soul contract, with that karmic situation, how you need to kind of get out of it. So you need to be concentrating on that. So that's why you say it's time to let go of those past life relationships, not the past life that they showing here with the Fabio card, but just letting go, not and with the romanticism, but those past life relationships that are not working for you. Okay, with this chemistry in reverse, which I said is stress, you got your chaos and your conflict is there, stalked, invaded, and watched. So right now you feel as if like this somebody is stalking. Maybe somebody might be actually Facebook stalking, maybe an ex or whatever, this karmic thing. And maybe you feeling like this situation, you're stressed about it because something might be coming to definitely to an end for you, and you feel like, you know, just really this divine twins journey might not come to fruition, because you like, it's like death, it might come to an end. So you just feel like you just pray about it. Clarification on this religious factors, you not quite getting your divinity, is being put on hold, but you saying just hold on about that, really being stepping into my role as a divine masculine. I know it's here, I want it. But it's some things there, like you said, I got to get this together and cleared, but I know time is now on my side, because I feel death breathing down about this whole situation, that it could just end and it's just a death to the relationship. But I know it's milk and honey, so that's what keeps me going. And so then you have this one is jealousy, envy, punishment, changing course. So you're not feeling jealousy about it, you're feeling pride or really happy about what's going on. Because if you're jealous about something, you ain't really happy about others succeeding. So you really happy. So I'm picking up this. You probably maybe happy about what you see in the divine feminine going on, because I think I remember Daniel Boone and LLE essentially says that sometimes quietly your divine counterpart is kind of sneakating on the slide. And so right now you look at the divine feminine, seeing what things that she's doing, and you're pretty proud of it. And you're looking at others in a new way now. You used to look at them like, you know, oh, they doing X, Y, and Z, why I can't do it, and you have that jealousy feel. So right now you're not at that point, because you know now that you're kind of divine. You're not quite into your divinity yet, but right now you're saying, you know what, I know I have access to milk and honey myself. I don't need to be jealous of anybody else. And so them days is kind of gone. Okay, like you see dead skulls there. So them is dead lives right there. That's over with. Right here you got the soulmate card. You got the never-ending story about this, you know, about the burden of you being a divine masculine. You waiting for the stars to line. You know that this relationship is destined, that is faded. Right now, you're just dealing with concentrate what's in the present. And you have here to clarify for that is thirst, craving, compulsion, and possession. You're not craving for it in a compulsive way, like, oh my God, I need it, like a crack addict. Oh my Jesus, where's my divine? They starts on that divine thing. But you know that this is something that you strongly need, because you know it's going to empower you to make you better. This is more of a positive than in another way, like a addiction. This is not addiction. But some of you know that you say, I crave this because I know this helps to make me a better person. This improves my life. Having this power makes life better for me. It helps me. I can help out into the world. It serves a purpose. It makes me feel like I'm a bigger fish in the sea. There's ends going on, and it feels give me a sense of purpose for being here. So it's a good thing that you want to, that you got this drive and this desire to do this. Her song. Okay, getting to know each other. You're not in the mood for getting to know right now. I'm not saying you're not in the mood, but right now you say I'm going to concentrate on not just knowing the masculine side, but the other side of me, the feminine is housed in the divine masculine. And hope, anticipation, bright prospects, and wish. Bright prospects and wish. Because you know you're anticipating something good. You got bright prospects because you feel this divine feminine is on the way. You know, you got wishes and you making things happening. You know that in the other reading I said you in the thing for manifestation. And right now you're transforming yourself. You're dealing with the way you're viewing the divine feminine is. Before you viewing her as a temptress and something wicked, and she didn't put the voodoo and the hoodoo on you, and you like, I don't know why I got to think about her 24/7. She didn't put it on me, and you know, it's just voodoo. And so that them days is gone. You're not looking at her in that viewpoint anymore. You know it serves a purpose. It's a reason why you feel this connection, and it ain't got nothing to do with no voodoo and put your name and ice cubes and freezing it, and that's why it means you froze and you with me forever. You know, and I got a spell on you to make you mine. It ain't that. So you got hope, anticipation, bright. So you have hope now, and it's more of a positive aspect when you look into that. Okay, and then in your heart space you had make an effort. We had no place like home, and then we got the word, the card redemption in reverse, absolution, forgiveness, and penance. I want to say with this is that you have found redemption. This is to be is magnified. You had not found that no, stop lying. I think that you have found that. You know you've got to get to that, but you have not quite, I say, bought into it with that. Just forgiving yourself about what things you did to the past about with the divine feminine, maybe the not being up and up about things. You know, it's some things that you did. You can fill in the blank, and I don't need to draw the picture for you. That you said, you know what, for me to know that she is no place like home, why did I do half of the stuff that I had did to her? Okay, and you part of you say, I deserve the redemption about the things that I did. I deserve to forgive myself, and it's part of you to say, no, I need to wallow in this because I deserve everything. Well, they say I deserve Something about time for you to slam the door in my face and not deserve all that stuff. Whatever he go down and list it down by things, and you going out find you a man and you doing everything yourself. I ain't got the right to say nothing to you when you come home late, smelling and that, going out with the girls, talk about what the hell you asked me for, where I been, I deserved all that stuff. So that's it. Okay, so now what do you need to surrender? Let's ask the universe what you need to surrender. Yours been a little longer, and I'm supposed to be shorter with you. Clear. What does the divine masculine need to surrender? Surrender to setting limits. That's true. You set limits. You know you want this with this divine feminine. You know you want this union to work, but you keep on setting limits. And it says it is healthy to set boundaries in relationship. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. That too, and then also setting boundaries on yourself that let you know that healthy boundaries is saying, okay, it's okay for some things. So some of these things is, like you said before, it's the conflict, the stress that you have experiencing. Like I said before, maybe past life, you thought it was, she wasn't the one. You got to be able to do that. I want to see, what is this? Who do you need to learn how to say no to? Clear. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, she did the energy. Let's see. What's this about? Okay, setting limits to your creation. So maybe I'm picking up sometimes too. Some other people are putting limitations and things on you that they want you to help them create, or you creating their world to happen. And then you've got to watch to say, no, that's not what I want. I don't want to do this. Or you're in a situation on the job, or a situation in a relationship, and they try to push you to do things that you say, no. Your instinct is going to help you to kind of know what to do, but you got to watch that too, because I'm seeing two things. So you might not be kind of really set on what the right one. You know how sometimes you say, oh yeah, the spirit told me, and it's not the spirit, it might be your fear. Your fear know how to mimic and sound like your instinct. Is sometimes if you don't know how to really discern between the fear and it's really, you actually saying that. So you kind of got to watch that as well. So now let's look at what does your guides want to tell you. Clear. What's the guides want to tell you? Everyone has value, so you have value, and with this, so about this fear and the shadow that you doing, and you looking at the divine feminine like she was trying to put the voodoo and hoodoo on you so well that you make you want to shoot, all that stuff. And God watch that, and you're going through transformation. Everybody, yourself has value. It starts with you, and it filtrates from that point on. The way you view the world is how you kind of view yourself. Okay. Also, let's ask, what is your 5D self want to say to you? Clear. What is your higher self want to say to you? Okay. Nasty knot. Number 47. The 11, like the twin flame number. So you got 4, which is to ground yourself. 7, which is spiritual completion. Together that makes the number 11. Okay, let's see. Nasty knot. Despite how it looks, you can now slip easily out of your current ensnarement. It only looks like quicksand. In reality, getting free is a piece of angel food cake. Leave the drama behind. Yum. So you can get out of this. So again, everything right now, whatever you think of right now, you really have the tools to be able, I think that came in the other one that's saying you had the tools to be able to get out of the situation. You really do. In the divine twin collective thing. I thought I heard that clear. So you got everything. And so what does the universe want to say to you? The universe wants to say, ta-ta. The universe has my back. The universe has your back. So whatever you, when you go ahead and decide to go ahead and do this divine twin soul journey, full throttle, without the brakes, guess what? They got your back. Okay, in doing that. So that ends my reading. If you would like to have a reading with me, go to divinetwinsoul11.com. Remember my purse, my purpose, my purse. Oh, yes. Well, if you'd like to feel my purse, that would be so lovely. No, the purpose, my purpose, $5 holler special, 15 minutes for a reading. Allow me to give you information about what's your purpose that you want in your life, your love life, your career, whatever. That's the only thing. Remember, I am focusing in on you. So until then, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay elevated. Namaste. Namago.